Somebody could be tired. I know I'm getting there. I think I got one more couple left in me. Look, I got a couple left in me. Somebody just don't want to give up. They still got more in them. Well, hey, let's give this reading. Let's give this reading. I need to call it quits. Let's give this reading. A divine abundance reading, definitely. This is what we're going to call it because this is what we hear. The name of the cards is divine abundance. I'm not sure why my voice is going out. I haven't been yelling. I haven't been screaming. I actually just been dancing and working on my house. So, but definitely. So, divine abundance. What messages do you have for us, Spirit, with the divine abundance? So, we have outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed and I am open to receive. So outrageous openness is being open to receive. In order to do this, you have to be energetically clear, or your energy or it's not clear at this time. Outrageous openness. Open me to your will. Release me from my attachment. So you could be holding on to something. Holding on to something that you think is yours, that it belongs to you. The Spirit said, nothing belongs to you. Nothing is yours. Okay? You have to let things go. And you will be surprised and delighted with Spirit's, God's plan. You know what. They know what's needed, and I am open to receive. So you also know what's needed. So if you need to let go, you're not letting go. You're not setting yourself free. You're not physically, emotionally, spiritually cleaning your energy. You need to let go. You need to have some openness about allowing Spirit to take the wheel is what I'm hearing. You're holding on too tight. You're trying to control it. It's Spirit say it can't be controlled. Okay, free will. I'm hearing free will cannot be controlled. You could try to manipulate it, but at the end of the day, what goes up must come down. What goes around must come back. Okay. So let's see what's the tarot. Let's do this. What's the messages for tarot? 2 more cards, please. Oh. The offer has been involved because it's wrapped in toxicity. So you feel like you've been waiting in vain. You feel like you waited and nothing has grown. But what's grown is the obsession, the attachment is what I'm hearing. That's what happened. The offer is irreversible. It's irreversible. It's not being offered. So Spirit's asking you to let it go. To let it go. And take a new beginning, to have a new beginning, okay? It happened. Whatever happened, it happened the way that it happened. There was no offer. There was no pinnacle. There was no foundation, no stability, no groundedness here. Because it was based off lies, attachment, obsessions, you know what I'm saying? Things that didn't serve you, and you were waiting in vain. Wasn't nothing able to grow because you were mentally confused. You were mentally confined, mentally trapped is what I'm hearing. And you needed to set yourself free. In order to set yourself free, you had to gain the self-love. You had to gain a new perspective. You had to heal that inner child in you. Okay? And take a new beginning. It's time to take a new beginning. Let's get some romance angels here. Let's get 3 romance angels here. Okay, why is the Page of Pentacles in first? Why is the Page of Pentacles in reverse? to heart conversation. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So this wasn't happening. So wasn't nothing able to grow. You wasn't able to get a foot in. You wasn't able to plant your foot because someone refused to be honest. Someone was running from the connection, running from planting the seeds. Why is the devil here at the ring? Romance angels, why is the devil here? Romance angels. Because you thought it was true love. So you decided to keep going and going and going, putting the effort in because this was a romance of a lifetime. And you felt like great love was worth taking the risk. So it made you intrigued. It made you want more and more and more. And that's what the devil does. It tricks you with the things that you want and not with the things that you actually needed. You know what I'm saying? It might have been a true love, but it was some type of obsession, some type of addiction, some type of toxicity here that kept you non-complacent. That's what I'm hearing. It kept you wanting to give and give and give. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here in reverse? Why is the Seven of Pentacles here in reverse? You were waiting for a wedding that never happened. This situation involves marriage because you knew that's what you wanted. You said that you wanted this and it felt like you were waiting in vain. And at the end of the day, it just ended up being unrequited love. It turned out to be not enough attraction, not enough chemistry to keep this relationship going because you were refusing to be honest with each other is what I'm hearing. Having the conversation to plant the seeds to make the thing grow. Because if it was real true love, you knew you were going to make the effort. You knew if you were here, you were tricked by the devil, period. Because if you thought it was true love, you would make the effort. Because this is the end goal. This is what you wanted. The situation involves marriage, but at the end of the day, it wasn't growing. It wasn't leading to that. It's the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And what is upright is self-love. You had to learn to provide that self-love for yourself. You had to learn to make the effort for self. You had to figure out and realize that you are your only first and foremost, you are your first true love. Because if you don't love you, how can you expect someone else to love you? Okay. Let's get some more messages. Let's get a lesson card. Let's get a lesson. You guys, angels. What is the lesson here? You wanted to grow, and the situation wasn't growing. Why the Page of Pentacles in reverse? You wanted to grow. You wanted to expand your consciousness and your awareness. And this is how Spirit say, hey, well, I gotta put you in a situation where you will be tested, where your time will be tested or wasted. But at the end of the day, it won't be wasted. Your time will be tested is what I'm hearing. You will be tested. And you had to understand that. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. You had to understand that if it did fail and you made the effort, it was an opportunity to learn. You learned the lesson of failure. You learned that it's okay to fail. Because if you didn't fail, you wouldn't know how to get back up. You wouldn't know how to succeed if you never failed. So growth with failure and perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. But you know that you can do whatever you set your mind to. You have no control over what another person chooses to do. So therefore, you had to expand your awareness. You had to understand that you're responsible for you and you only. Love will come in divine timing, in due timing, it wouldn't be this hard. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be any confusion. Okay? It will just flow. It will grow and flow. But in order to have growth, you have to have failure. And in order to have failure, you need to know what some type of growth is. In order to learn both, the perseverance needed to be here. So you needed to put the time in. The time that you put in, you knew you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. You were victorious in some stages because you worked at it, because you wanted it, and you knew you failed at other stages because some things are just meant to teach you. Some things are not meant to happen. It's meant to teach you, to gain the perspective, to gain the enlightenment. Honestly, at the bottom to the deck. But anyways, let's get a whisper of healing, and then we're going to close it out. Whispers of healing, spirit guides, give us some messages. Whispers of healing. The divine presence is telling you to release you from any attachments and surprise and delight you with their plan, with God's plan. Okay? You know what's needed and you are open to receive. Okay? You had to learn growth. You had to know what it was like to fail. And you have to understand what it's like to persevere. In order to understand growth, you had to understand failure. In order to understand failure, you had to understand growth. And in order to go through them all, you had to persevere. Period. Cool. Let's see. What messages do you have for you? Whispers of healing? What messages do you have? You have to learn compassion for self. You had to learn how to nurture thyself first and foremost, is what I'm hearing. You had to be your own foundation. You had to be your own root. You had to build yourself from the ground up, is what I'm hearing. And that's definitely growth. You had to learn. With failure, you had to learn. Learn is here. It's here, y'all. It's here. Okay, it's here. You had to learn your shadow side. You had to learn your light side. You had to learn what is it that you truly desire the most. Could be the most that harm you. What could be the most that let you down. And it could be the most to make you learn, to make you understand, to gain the wisdom and the knowledge that in due timing things will come. As I persevere and continue to give compassion with myself, continue to give myself that self-love, I will attract what I need. Okay. One more, spirit. One more. Sincere relationships. Period. Pooh. You had to understand and you had to learn compassion for self. Have compassion for self. I'm also getting a mirror. It's like you're mirroring the relationships are mirroring. So it's like you needed to see parts in you and them as well as them in return. They needed to see parts in them. You know what I'm saying? So in order to learn, in order to see how to grow, how to expand, and continue to persevere. It's like with sincere relationships, it's like you're put to the test. It's like you feel it the more because you were the most sincere, you were the most vulnerable is what I'm hearing when it comes to that, sincere and being vulnerable. And it's like you put your time, work, and energy into this relationship for it not to go anywhere, for it not to be fruitful. Okay? And you had to learn what it's like to fail. You had to learn what it's like to succumb to that side of yourself that you never know that you want to go back to. You had to grow from that. You had to gain the compassion, and you had to learn to surrender. You had to learn to release, to ask for help, and to, oh Lord, and to send you on a brand new journey, to be enlightened, to be fulfilled, to be victorious. Oh, Spirit. I don't know if this was with the past life or what, but the Six of Cups is here. So it's definitely a journey is here. And to uplift and raise your vibration, not only for you, but the people you around. Mankind itself, I'm here. Mankind, yes. The human world, the human nature is here. Okay? Human nature is here. Okay? We're going to get an inspirational stone. And before we get an inspirational stone, I'm going to close it out. Oh, I got to get that. And we have faith, the ultimate, the most important, the most precious, the most unconditional, the most gratefulness thing that we can have is our undenying faith. Our undenying faith in which we choose to believe in. Amen. If things will work out, things happen for the greater good. Period, point blank, pool. Okay, peace, love, and blessings, you guys. That has been your reading.